Welcome to Currents Up Close, and another in a program about education in Cedar Falls Community Schools. And today we've got a really exciting program, the Cedar Falls CAPS program. We're going to get into detail about that in a little bit. It's Center for Advanced Professional Studies, and our guests today at the first part of this program include Ethan Weekman. Ethan's in the middle here and is the lead instructor for the CAPS program, and we'll be hearing from Ethan in a minute. Also Maria Perez, and Maria is an instructor in the CAPS program, her first year with the program. Welcome, Maria, to the program. And a student at Cedar Falls High School, a senior, and good to have Frank Opoku with us. And Frank, you're going to tell us a little bit later about the student's perspective of the CAPS program. So welcome all of you, and we'd like to learn and hear more about this, as I said earlier, exciting program in the Cedar Falls Community Schools. I guess I might open by saying that one of the really great benefits of being a student at Cedar Falls High School and the district offering many opportunities for students. I just had an anecdotal thing that I can report. I visited with a parent the other day, and she was so excited about her student who is a junior. And I said, "What do you like best about Cedar Falls High School?" She says, "It's a great school," she said, "but there's so many opportunities. And my daughter is taking advantage of these opportunities, and here we've got students who are yet taking yet another advantage of being a student at Cedar Falls High School." So to open up our program today, we're going to start with you, Ethan, and with your experience with CAPS program, and just tell us a little bit about how this program got started.
So the administration and the school board were looking for an innovative program to allow our students to go and experience what it means to be a professional and to gain those professional skills and learn from other professionals within the community about career opportunities, what's out there, what opportunities are there within the Cedar Valley and beyond. So they went and looked at different programs that are available throughout the nation and explored some, and they came across a program in Blue Valley, the Blue Valley CAPS program.
Kansas City area.
Kansas City area, yep. And visited there and came back and felt like it was a good fit. There's a similar program in Waukee called their Apex program, do similar things. And so they brought it back and they approached me last December about it and said, "Hey, would you be interested in running a strand?" And so took a leap of faith and tried it out and loved it from the get-go. We started off with one strand last January, the technology and engineering, where we met every day at Viking Pump. The big thing about this is we wouldn't have been able to even get started without supports from the community. You know, the big thing about this program is it brings a lot of people to the table. You're talking about education, you're talking about businesses, and we also want to give a big thank you to the Cedar Falls Community Schools Foundation. Without their financial support, we wouldn't even be where we're at today. We wouldn't have been able to get started because obviously there's some financial needs when you're talking about staffing and the materials that needed to be a successful program. So we want to thank them and their continued support in that regards. So we started with the one strand at Technology and Engineering. That was at Viking Pump, which is a host site. And then we added two more strands this fall with Communication and Design, which is housed out at Mill Race. And then we have our Education strand, which we partnered with the University of Northern Iowa, where they meet every day at Schindler Education Center, if they're not in the classrooms learning how to be a teacher.
So we have another part of your brochure, Ethan, for the CAPS program, talking about those areas of innovation, problem solving, and so forth. So I'm going to turn to Maria and welcome Maria to the program. And you're now an instructor, and talk a little bit about the areas of innovation in problem solving, professional skills, and career exploration. What does that mean to you as an instructor as far as dealing with your students?
Perfect. Yeah, well, these are our four cornerstones, as you said, and our associates, which is how we call our students, they work on projects for the community and for real businesses. So these are projects that really need solutions, but they're not told how to do it. Mm-hmm. So the innovation and problem solving comes that way. They figure out how to do things. We also work in Viking Pump. We are hosted there, and just by being there, they are exposed to all those professional skills. And by working with outside clients, right? So you learn how to do handshakes, how to look at people in the eye, how to write professional emails. All those are professional skills, how to keep deadlines, how to make project management, how to get those project management skills. Those are professional skills that we also get through working with the community and with businesses. And the last one, career exploration, we really tell or ask our associates to do career exploration, not just do what they think they're gonna do, not look only at that, but look at different fields. And we give them the opportunity to do that, and we hope they do like 2 or 3 job shadows, and they go out there and look what really being professional is.
Well, thank you, Maria. And that leads us right into Frank as the associate. And you mentioned very clearly that the associates are the students at Cedar Falls High School who are out into the field, as you and Ethan have talked about previously. And we have also a slide that talks about work with multiple companies, develop a professional portfolio. And Frank, let's talk about that a little bit from a perspective as an associate about the things that you're involved with.
Okay, so first off, we work with multiple companies, and we help them with stuff that they're not ready to do like at the moment. Maybe things on their to-do list that are like on the 9th and 10th of it. We take that as our #1 priority, and we work towards it and help the community and stuff like that. And also we connect with others professionally and explore careers that we are interested in and not careers that we don't want to. Recently, I had an opportunity to have a job shadow with Spinotech, and I think that was a great experience. I liked it. And also I'm working with the STEM Festival, and my role in that is to take a video and edit the video and make a promotional video for STEM, which is gonna be the promo video for next year and the years to come. Yep, and also they have the actual STEM Festival, which is gonna be on November 7th, which I encourage a lot of students to come see different exhibitors and stuff that they are actually gonna exhibit, and it's also free for students to come in. You don't have to pay nothing, you just have to come experience a lot of robotic skills and see a lot of animals. It's a lot of fun and great experience.
So Frank, you've been with the program for, 2 months now, you're starting it, and of course you're a senior at Cedar Falls High School, and looking ahead, and these experiences are helping you a great deal, it sounds like. And what are your post-secondary education plans? What are you planning on doing next year at this time you're thinking about it?
So I'm thinking of going to Hawkeye just for some 2 years experience and maybe jump into actual 4-year college and graduate and stuff like that. And I'm going to be looking into graphic designing and web designing part of it. And I might hit up Luke, who is in Spinotech right now, for maybe an internship, because he told me to hit him up anytime I need like internship or something like that.
So these are very real-world experiences you're getting into right now, and as you project down the road, they're going to be very helpful as you look back on these experiences. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Ethan, we have another area on some of our slides, the brochure that actually is out there, and it's really a fine one. Tell us about some of the guidelines that you have for the associates. When you meet with them, you and Maria and other instructors as well, what are the things that they have to do on their behalf?
So when we talk with our associates, we tell them, look, our goal is to make this as professional as possible. We want to fully immerse them into a professional environment. So when we do that, we have expectations, and one of the big ones out of the chutes is you have to dress professionally. We talked about the first time we started the Strand in January, and we had a young man, and we went and talked to him, said, you must understand, you're going to Viking Pump, professional environment. You need to dress professionally, and the young man showed up in jeans, or was wanting to show up in jeans. We talked to him and said, hey, you got to get that done. So he called his mom, got it taken care of, came back in slacks, and that's something that we hold ourselves to, as we say we want our associates to dress professionally, look professionally, and that gets us really started. The other things that they do is we meet real deadlines. These are not things that are made up. We actually have clients and businesses that are looking to get this project done, by a certain time. Frank's STEM project, you know, he's got to go and do some video and get some things developed and get back to them. Those are real deadlines, and that's a thing that we tell our associates, look, you may be sick, but those deadlines are still there. So you may have to come in and do some extra work outside of team time. You may have to do some things like a professional would to meet those expectations, and that's an adjustment for some of our students. And then the soft skills is a real big thing. The communication skills we're finding is something that businesses are excited about because those are the things that they're looking for out of their future employees.
Great. And Maria Perez, and we have another slide here with some of the things that the students receive from working with it, the professional experiences. And I might add that I had the pleasure of visiting a group of associates at Viking Pump last year. Oh. We had a tour with them, and I was so impressed with the group of associates who were there. And in some cases, I had a difficult time determining whether they were the associate or the employee of Viking Pump. There were a lot of young people. Of course, to me, everybody's young anymore, but they were very professionally appearing. They were part of a group. And tell us about those things that are very important as the students then receive it on their work site.
Yeah, I think you just mentioned a couple things. Getting confused with employees, that's great, because that's what we really want. We want people to forget that they're high school students within 5 seconds, we say. So that's great that you had that impression. But I also, so there's a couple things. They get to network with the real professionals, right? And learn how they talk, how they dress, how they take a break. How long does that happen? How often does that happen? But they also get to work together as professionals. So they work, a lot of the projects are in teams, and they help each other and lead each other in saying, hey, this is our plan. If you're not doing this great right now, they take ownership of those projects, and that's the way you develop really good professional skills.
Well, it was also apparent in that visit that there seemed to be, the associates were exuding confidence. And I was there later in the program, I'll admit that, but I would have liked to have been there the first day. And I'm sure as an instructor, Ethan, you were able to observe that as well too. And Frank, as a student, I'm sure you have probably raised your confidence level about working with others just like 100% from the time you started. Tell us about that.
Okay, so when I first started, I was kind of nervous just a little bit. I didn't have a lot of confidence. But then as time goes on, we learn how to handshake and look at people in the eye and actually talk to them. I started feeling comfortable. I was like, yeah, this is actually a real world. This is not school or something like that. So I was like, I can feel my own confidence boost to like 100%. So I was excited that I can actually talk to people and not feel shy and stuff like that. So I think CAPS helped me boost my confidence level.
Great. In the other area, Ethan, we want to get back to you a little bit here and talk. We have a visual about business and industry and the role in the CF CAPS program. So we're going to move into that here prior to our break about things that you've been able to determine, and we really look at kind of what the overall purpose of CAPS is. Go back and review that a little bit again about really kind of a mission statement of what you want to see develop in CAPS.
So really, CAPS is a collaboration between business, community, and education, where we provide our students with our professional experiences while developing the local workforce. And to get an idea, for half of the students' day, our associates, we call them, they are fully immersed into some environment, or into a professional environment, working on actual projects given to us from various businesses and organizations throughout the Cedar Valley. You know, our mission statement, it evolves because some of the things that we thought we were going to focus in on, and we still do, but then some of the side things that we're finding out, and in Frank's case, you know, you're talking about communication, we're finding that businesses are really excited about just those soft skills, being able to communicate in person, but also write an email. You know, in today's age where it's 140 characters or less on Twitter or whatever, they're getting short messages. But in the business world, writing a proper email and how to articulate a message and get to the point and close it properly are important skills, and those are things that a lot of organizations are looking for.
Well, those are some of the goals and objectives, and in my observation, you're meeting those goals very much so, because it's really exciting to see what's going on in the field with the CAPS program, Center for Advanced Professional Studies. We're going to take a break here, and Frank, we thank you for being on the program. We'll have Estrella Barron on the second half that will take in your chair, and we'll be back with Maria Perez and Ethan Weekman on the second half of our program about Center for the Advanced Professional Studies at Cedar Falls High School.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Welcome back to Currents Up Close, and on today's program in education in the Cedar Falls Community Schools, we're talking about the CAPS program, the Center for Advanced Professional Studies at Cedar Falls High School. And in this half of the program, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our returning guest, Maria Perez, who is an instructor in the CAPS program, including technology and engineering, and Ethan Weekman, who is the lead instructor of the CAPS program in his second year of the program as it's developing. And then our new, I guess the second portion here is Estrella Barron. And Estrella, good to have you here, a senior at Cedar Falls High School, and we'll be asking you about your experiences as we move into the program. We've been talking in the first half about how CAPS got started and what some of the basic fundamental elements are part of the goals and objectives and the vision of the program. In the second half, we want to get into a little bit more about the business and industry connections, which is really the cornerstone of this program. Without that cooperation, it doesn't exist. So I'm going to start with you, Ethan, on this part of the program. What kind of response have you received from business and industries as you really just gave birth to this kind of program here?
Gave birth, that's a good way to put it. You know, the business response has been overwhelmingly positive. It's been amazing. Every day we talk about our partners. We start with our early adopter in Viking Pump, who's been there from the inception, and their work to provide us a new space. They gave us a new space specifically for the CAPS program. They're helping us not with just technology, but they're bringing a lot of their employees in to work directly with our associates because they're finding the benefits of it. And so the more and more they know about it, the more and more they're getting involved. We have University of Northern Iowa, who's been amazing. We had a partnership with them, and they've been really getting our associates out there and meeting their administration and all the people that are involved with the University of Northern Iowa. And then you have Millrace, which is a great place. It was another host site that has several startup businesses, a lot of entrepreneurs, and just a great opportunity for several of our associates just to be mixed in that environment. But then you have people that are coming in from giving us the problem-solving training. We have a Scrum Master that's teaching a new agile system for project management. She comes in and works with us. She's from Far Reach, Angie Steffen. We have individual companies that are coming in and looking at, hey, we want to be a part of the program because we see the value in helping our youth, but also we see the value of trying to grow our own because we want them to, they know that the Cedar Valley is a great place to live. Now we want to harness our talent and keep them here, and so they want access to these students and find out What's the talent coming out here? Because they know there's a lot, they want to invest in them. So
Great.
a lot of multiple benefits for our businesses, and they're coming on board quickly.
Great. Estrella Barron, senior at Cedar Falls High School,
Yes.
and tell us about your participation in the CAPS program. But before you do that, how did you even learn about it? What got you interested?
So I had a friend who was in the CAPS program last year. It's Stefan Baronio. He talked about how much CAPS was a great opportunity. I'm not sure what branch he was in, but he always dressed professionally. And I always asked, like, well, why are you dressing so nice? Why are you bringing up change of clothes? And he talks about CAPS, and he said it was like a great opportunity. And so when the branch of education opened up, which is what I want to do, I want to major in education, I thought, well, why not just try it out, jump right in?
And so there you are.
Yeah,
And
here I
now
am.
you're at 2 months into the program,
Yes.
and tell us about your experiences so far.
So I am with the CAPS education program. This focuses on teaching or superintendent sort of positions. My experience, we have had one placement already, and we're currently in our second. My first placement was with first graders at Lincoln Elementary with Mrs. Perkle. That was a very good experience. They put you where you don't want to be the first time. And I don't want to be with little kids, but I fell in love with those children. Currently, I'm at Peak Junior High with Mr. Grown, 7th and 8th grade English, which is actually what I want to teach, English. And so far it's very good. We are creating my lesson plan right now, or at least having it in mind, because our test, as some people would call it, is teaching a lesson to those kids, being a teacher to the best of your ability while watching your teacher. And so far my experience has been amazing and wonderful. It's everything I could have hoped for.
Great. Well, Estrella, just while we're talking about that, I heard you mention about a superintendent in there that you may be interested in school administration down the road, and you want good experience in the classroom before you get to that point. So,
I think every great superintendent should have some teaching experience just to know what kids are like, who they're looking over, who they're making rules for, who they're deciding basically the future for. And so what better experience to have than in a classroom before you make it big time.
great. Well, we wish you nothing but the best. And what are your plans for next year?
Currently I'm looking at the University of Iowa in Iowa City. I want to major in, I'm actually wanting to double major in education, secondary or higher, and international business.
To double major with that. Well, great. Thank you so much. We'll be
Thank
back with you in a moment. Maria Perez, tell us about the contact with parents as they are probably really interested in saying, okay, what's this program about? How do you communicate with parents as a possibility of even going into the program?
Perfect. So we work with Waterloo and Cedar Falls students. So far we have been at the Waterloo parent conference parents teacher conferences, sorry. And we just are there just representing the program, and when parents come, they can ask us any questions. We're gonna be at the Cedar Falls school conferences as well, and I just encourage my associates to really tell their friends and their parents what the possibilities are. I think word of mouth really works well in these situations, but we're available to talk to anybody, so they can contact Ethan, they can contact me, Megan, or Mark, and we'll be happy to talk to them.
We
Ethan?
also are, we're scheduled to, there will be some parent nights that they have within the Cedar Falls school system that we're planning on attending, as far as like 8th grade. They have an 8th grade night where they're planning for their high school, or 9th grade, 10th grade, as they plan their secondary career. We'll be there talking about what CAPS is, and so one of the things we know is that they have to have a plan in place if they want to clear their schedule in time to take a CAPS experience, because it is 3 periods of the day for a semester, which is a lot. So we want to get to them early, and we want to talk to parents why it's important to plan ahead, and what's the value of planning, and why they should be a part of the CAPS program.
Estrella, you also then have an opportunity to pick up college credits.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So as of now, it has been said that we could possibly get our level 1 of teaching done because of what we're doing right now. And since it is a program run through UNI, there is college credit offered to us if we decide to go into the field of education, which a lot of the people in my branch are completely sold on. They're like, okay, I want to be a teacher, so I'm going to go into education. And so luckily UNI has offered, I'm not sure if it transfers, I haven't gotten all the details, but we could get possibly our level 1 done and finished with before we enter.
Ethan?
So a lot of this, they're going to get, in this case for education, they're going to get the college credit towards an education degree. And transferring depends on college, but if they were to go to UNI, for sure that would head towards an education degree. The other strands, they're going to get an elective credit through Hawkeye Community College.
Okay.
They get 3 credits for that. But also opportunities, we're talking with other colleges and organizations that want students like ours on their campus, so they're giving incentives to make that happen. So one of the options that she's talking about, level 1, is an opportunity to CLEP out pending the portfolio matches some of the courses that colleges are available. Also early admittance into some of their maybe junior, senior level programs because of the project management skills and the problem solving skills that they're coming in with allows them to get into some of those more exploratory courses that are in college. And then we're looking into scholarship programs. UNI is working with the Waterloo Career Center and with the Cedar Falls CAPS and providing a $1,000 scholarship for anybody that takes a CF CAPS experience at a $250 a year. So we're going to continue to grow those incentives and give more opportunities for people that have had a CAPS experience.
Well, Cedar Falls Schools has had a long time program in career education, the term career education, and it goes way back, back to the days when I was involved with the program. And I ran into a student the other day who I had I was principal of Cedar Falls High School back in the 70s, the Middle Ages, and she told me she's going to retire after 41 years on the same job that she started in a career education program at Cedar Falls High School. And that's not unusual. People went out with real world experiences and liked the job. They earned the trust and respect of their employers, and they stayed with that group, and now they're retiring. It's unbelievable. But really, what's the difference as we talk about in typical career education programs? And Ethan, you started out the program with innovative programs that the administration, Board of Education wanted to look at. And now here we are, it's implemented. But let's take a look at some of the differences. And I'll start with you, Maria. Tell us a little bit, you probably have some experiences with people saying, well, we've had this career program or school to work. And what are the differences here?
A big difference with CAPS, I would say, is that it's project-based. So we are not doing an internship where you stay with the same employer all the time. You can have different projects with different clients. So you can explore different skills. Another difference is that we're not just doing some kind of trade skills, but we are also exploring doing career exploration. And we're really concentrating in those professional skills, more than the technical skill. That comes added, but really we're concentrating a lot in those problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills, career exploration skills, where I believe the other programs are more concentrated on specific jobs in a specific company.
Okay, and the time we have remaining, it's just been great to hear about the programs. And Estrella, I would like to return with you and just say, would you recommend this to your fellow students?
Yes, I 100% recommend this program to anyone who's interested in engineering and technology, communications, and especially education. Hopefully CAPS will continue to grow and be able to branch out in other areas so high school students can maybe get an idea of what they really want to do, and it really helps.
Great, so great to have you all aboard, and we thank you, Estrella, as an associate at Cedar Falls High School, and Frank, who was with us first half of the program, and Ethan as lead instructor, and Maria as an instructor on the CAPS program, Center for Professional Advanced Studies, Advanced Professional Studies. Got that straight now with the acronym. It's so exciting, and we thank you for being with us today, and best of luck to you and your students at Cedar Falls High School.
Thank you.
Thank you.